In the beginning, trading is hard. I personally struggled for over 10 years because I was trying to make bad common trading knowledge work. Okay. And so in this video right here, I want to help people who are just getting started into the market. I want to help people who have been struggling for a long time, because trading actually isn't as hard as it feels right now. If you know how, when, and what to do. Okay. If you understand that the market can only do 3 things, and then that will tell you what to do next, then you can go from struggle to profit overnight. So let's go deeper. All right, guys. So, hey, this one is going to be a good video. I guarantee you want to stay on this one all the way into the end, because I'm going to drop some fire knowledge for you today. All right. So as I was saying, trading seems really hard, but it's actually very simple. And I discussed in the last video, if you watched that one, about how it comes down really to your discipline. It comes down to you following your trade plan. But we're going to talk today about the technical analysis. All right. I'm going to show you today what you're trying to be patient for, what you're trying to be disciplined for. Because if you know exactly when your trade is going to come, if you see your trade coming a mile away, that changes the game. Okay, that changes the game. So I'm going to show you in this video how to find the perfect entries. Okay, because the market can only do 3 things at any given time. We're either ranging, we're trending up, or we're trending down. That's it. So what I'm going to show you is something that I call key entry points. Okay, what you want to do is wait for the market to make it to key entry points, and once it does, that's when you pounce. All right, that's when you strike, that's when you enter, that's when you pull the trigger, once market makes it to key entry points. And if you can develop the discipline, develop the patience to just wait for the market to make it to key entry points, you can change your trading journey overnight. All right, so let's go to the charts and find some key entry points. All right, guys, so I'm going to start with the range scenario first. Now, remember, the market can only do 3 things, right? Let me give me a pencil here. The market can either range, trend up, or trend down, right? It can only do one of these 3 things. So, unfortunately, we haven't been ranging at all. I mean, we've been ranging for a very, very short amount of time. And then the market has been taking off. So we're, it's a strong market right now. So I can't really show you too much on ranges, but I can still show you the key entry point of a range. So let's say I grab this range here. All right. Okay. Let me change the color so you can see it. Okay. So let's say you had boxed up prices and you had a range here. Okay. So rules of range trading is this: you do not enter while prices are in the center of the range, because you don't know whether it's going to break out the top or break out the bottom. Okay. So when you're in a range, you have to wait to see what's going to happen. Now, another rule is that you really need about 2 touches to really have a range. So like it would have had to, let me see this, to really have a good range, it would have had to hit the top, right? Came down, hit the bottom, came up, hit the top. Now on this touch here, you probably got a range, especially if you come back down and get another touch here. So at this point, oh, this is definitely go time, right? So you would look to enter here. Okay. Why? Because this bottom of the range is a key entry point, right? KEP. All right. This is what's helping. This is what's going to help you here today to understand that there are places on a price chart that are just ideal to enter. So when the market is in a range, you want to enter at the bottom or you want to enter at the top, right? When prices come back up here, boom, I want to go right here. All right. Because I'm assuming the market is going to come back down again because we're ranging. So the top is a key entry point. The bottom is a key entry point. Okay, so let's say if you get a range, you got a range going here. Let's just say you had a touch down here, you've had a touch up here, and you come up here and you break out, right? Say you make a high, and then prices push back down into the range and make a lower high. Then you get a beautiful candle candle right here. That's your setup. Your setup is happening right at a key entry point. So when you see something like this, boom, you go. All right, it would kind of be something like this. It's kind of similar to this right here. Just so you maybe can see this better. Let's say that this was a verified range right here. Let's say that this was a verified range right here, and you came up the top, you couldn't get out. You made a high, lower high, you got a beautiful signal candle off the key entry point. It broke lower, you would go right here. In that case, you go right there, and bang, you ride it to the bottom. And look what it did when it got to the bottom. You got a low, higher low, signal candle broke back in, you go right there, boom. Coming short, coming down. Why? Because the bottom of the range is a key entry point. The top of a range is a key entry point. So what I'm trying to express to you is that being able to wait for this, that's trading. Okay, waiting for the market to be at key entry points, that is how you simplify your trading. Because you're not getting chopped up all through here going through the center of this. No, you sitting out because there's nothing to do until prices get to the bottom or the top of that range, because those areas are key entry points. Okay, so I hope you're getting that, hope picking that up. All right, so let's move on. Let's say we are trending down. Let's say we're going down. Okay, so again, it's the same thing. After you get that second touch, you pretty much have a confirmed touch, a confirmed trend. So let's say we were going down, right? Go right here. Oh, oops. That's a range. Let me grab a channel. So let's say we're heading down. And I like to go through the first body, which is right here. This is the first body. So I will go through there, and then I would bring it to the bottom. Okay, so this is my channel. So I drew it. Here's a touch. Push down, came back up. Here's the second touch. Guess what? That there, some will call it a second entry short. Is I kind of think it's a first entry though. So I probably would wait and not go there. But guess what? I get high, push down, lower high. That's still what? Right off of the key entry point. So just so you know, when you're in a downtrend, your key entry point is the top of the channel. Or I've always taught historically, just use the 21 EMA. The 21 EMA normally runs just how a channel or a trend line would run. But if you want to see it, you may see it clearer by doing the channel. But your key entry point, your KEP people, all right? This is a KEP is where it's at. Your key entry point is on, off, or around the 21 EMA. In this case, it's off the top of this channel because we already have a, we drew it off of this high. We got a touch here. That basically confirmed that this is a second touch. It's go time, all right? Now, if you didn't even go there, you got another shot right here. This is another beautiful candle off of the what? Key entry point. Key entry point. And after this one, it falls through the, hey, hey, you catch you catch either of these, okay, right? Shit, do I need to say more? Boom, you're off to the races. So after you able to draw this channel from this point here, oops, from this point and this low, you got a nice channel drawn. All you're doing is waiting for a touch. So all through here, you're sitting on your hands, sitting on your hands. It may be difficult, but you just got to sit on your hands through here. Let me change that too. You sit on your hands all through, all through this drop here, and you're just waiting. But do you understand what I mean by saying now you know ahead of time where your trade is going to come? Because while prices are right here, you're already saying the next time it comes back up to the top of this channel, next time it comes back up to the key entry point, I'm going to go with it. And that's a game changer. Just waiting for prices to make it to, say it with me, the key entry point. Okay. So, all right, we've looked at a range. We've seen a downtrend. So now let's see how it would look in an uptrend. Remove that. I think there's one sitting right here. So this was a low. I'm gonna wrap that sucker through the first body. Drag it to what would have been the top. Well, hindsight, it would have been here. Okay, so you started moving up, you got a leg up, you pull back, you got a touch. So you can draw this trend line as soon as this touches here. That's two touches, right? So now you're just waiting. So what am I waiting for? While all this is happening, I'm sitting on my hands saying, hey, you know what? If prices come back, if prices come back to my key entry point, which in this case is the bottom of a channel, if prices come back to my key entry point and I get some type of price action setup off of that key entry point, I know to go. And guess what you get? You get a push down first entry, push down second entry long right off of the key entry point, and boom, you off to the races. All right, you off to the races. So key entry points, when you're following prices and you're marking up your chart, you're putting it in a channel, you're drawing a range, you're boxing up the price. If you trade that way, then all you have to do is sit on your hands and wait for prices to come to the key entry point. And when you do that, your chances of taking high probability trades are much, much, much higher. Not only that, I mean, if you want to catch home runs, you take them off the key entry point. Okay, you want to catch home run trades like this one over here. My goodness, this short. My goodness. If you want to catch home runs, wait for prices to get to the key entry point. I'm telling you, I do this every day. If you have the discipline and the patience. So trading is hard because most people are jumping at every little move. They're trying to find a whole bunch of different setups. Man, if you just tell yourself, hey, I'm just going to wait until prices get to my key entry point, you will take a lot less trades. You'll win at a much higher percentage. Okay. And also you will make more because you will catch some of the best runs of the day just by waiting for prices to get to the key entry point. I'm telling you. And so people who are in my community, let me go up to community because a couple of these have happened here recently and just show you how it can go down. Okay. So this is actually today. We were in this little range. Then I started noticing prices coming down. Look, I'm able to box that up, right? Here's your key entry point right here. Here's your key entry point right here. I mean, oh, let me mark it so you can actually see it. Again, your key entry point was right here. Right here. You take that, boom, off to the races. All right. Let's look at another day. Let's see what we had going on here. Oh, same deal here. Look, we got it boxed up. We got two touches, so we're boxed up. Prices come down. Where we want to enter off of our key entry point. You take this push down first entry, push down second. When this candle here breaks higher, second entry long, bam, you off to the races. You actually could have went on this candle and you really would have made good money. But bam, you off to the races, right? But we saw it ahead of time. All right. So in my community, you know, I'll put what I'm seeing kind of before the market opens. So everybody had a heads up, and then we can catch runs like that. All right. So let's see. I think we got at least one more recently. Let's see what's going on. What's going on here? Boom. Here we were in a range. All right. We knew to wait for it to break out the top. It tried. Look, key entry point. We had our channel drawn. We got a touch here. We got a touch here. This is a third touch. But what happened? Hey, once it hit, boom, I was able to grab 9 points on that run. So look, key entry points, okay? The lesson of today is to wait for key entry points, and they will pay off for you handsomely. Waiting for key entry points right here will pay off for you handsomely. Okay, now remember, when you're in an uptrend, the key entry point is the bottom of the channel. When you're in a downtrend, the key entry point is the top of the channel. When you're in a range, the key entry point is once prices make it to the bottom here, once prices make it to the top, go short, make it to the bottom, go long, and that's that. Okay, so if you just take this one tip, all right, use price action trading, find the key entry points, be patient enough to wait for prices to make it to the key entry point. If you get a price action entry at a key entry point, you are good to go, my friend. So, hey, look, I know trading can seem really hard, but if you will just wait for key entry points, right? Mark them up. You will know ahead of time exactly where your trade is going to come. You can sometimes pick out the spot and just wait for it. And man, when it comes, you're talking about taking a confident trade, right? You're talking about pulling that trigger with excitement and confidence, knowing that, hey, look, this is I probably got a 70-80% chance of winning right now, all because I was patient and disciplined. Hey, man, it's a great feeling. So, hey, if you try it out, right? Draw some channels, draw some ranges. The market could only do 3 things: figure out what it's doing, mark it up, wait for it to come back to the key entry point, and begin to increase on the sudden. All right. So, hey, if you like this one, give me a good thumbs up, right? Hit that like button for me. Also, if you need to learn price action trading, I'll put a link in the description. And if you want to just learn more about the mental side of the game, right? Because you got to have your discipline, you got to have your patience. Check this video out right here where I discuss trading psychology. Until next time, my name is JD, and as always, I wish you increase on the sudden. Bye-bye.